So good morning, sir. Welcome this morning, sir.
Good one.
I'm happy to see you here. I'm always happy seeing you, sir.
Hold on, good one.
All right, sir. Firstly, sir, the president appoints approved his appointment for the ministerial list yesterday. He listed out all these names. So names where we have Wike, Umahi, Kaemo. But the one that is very, very much disappointing, let me use that word, is John Enoi, the Minister for Sports. He knows nothing entirely about sports. Everything he does in his life is he only has a political career and a farmer.
I don't know his profile. I don't have his profile. So it will be difficult for me to give assessment and appraisal of his person.
So the thing is, why should we still be doing this mistake? Why
Uh,
giving someone that don't even know anything about something?
I don't know anything about sports, so I don't even discuss sports.
No, it's not
The
even,
issue
it's
is,
not
the
even
issue
about
is
sports here.
the man in question, I don't have his profile.
Okay?
So it will be difficult for me to assess. But what I want to say categorically is, if his profile do not show that he know much about
He
sports,
doesn't even know
then
anything.
I think it's wrong because it will be difficult to deliver. That's the truth.
So should the country continue to reward these old politicians of a position
They shouldn't do
they
that.
don't merit?
They shouldn't do that, but they have their reason, and their reason may not be far fetched. Because you understand that politics is a business, it's a game, and there's understanding that if you appoint politicians to elect, so to appointment positions, when it comes to mobilization for election, they will have the resources to help you to mobilize. And if you appoint technocrats, they will be more interested in the business of governance, in their ministry, agencies, parastatals, as the case may be, and they may not have much interest in politics. So that is why politicians have more interest in appointing politicians rather than technocrats.
All right, sir. Thank you for that. We must restore sanity on highways, the IGP.
I don't think he should be playing to the gallery. You don't need to tell us that we must restore sanity to our highways. He should do it and let us see results. Telling us, going to the press to say it is like playing to the gallery. Nobody is interested in that. After all, he is in the executive arm of government under the command of the president, and the president is the president and the commander of the armed forces. So it behoves on him to protect life and property. He don't need to come to the press to promise us that he want to protect life and property.
All right. Federal government arrail Emefiele associates over 6.9 billion naira. Prosecutor to prosecute them for fraud today.
The case is just starting, and we understand that the federal government have applied to the court in Lagos State to withdraw the first case that has to do with illegal possession of firearm. Until he makes his appearance and plead not guilty, I don't think there's much you can say to that. But we understand that he will have his day in court and government will have their day in court. There's nothing out of place to prosecute any individual if you feel that person have done one or two things as a governor or CBN that warrants the person being arraigned. The only thing is let the court do the needful and give their judgment. It is not my place to start passing judgment because I'm not a court of law. We can only wait for the government to arraign him and the court will take his plea and the case commences.
All right, sir. Thank you for that. On education, sir, the federal government said public institution, the federal institution should not pay any fee.
What do you mean by they should not pay any fee?
They should not pay tuition fee.
I have not seen that. I have not seen
every,
that.
every schools has listed out their payment.
I have not seen what they are saying, but what I can understand is the payment of the school fees
Yeah, the
of
tuition
even
fee.
unitary schools is on the high side. They came up with their position the other time. You understand that the tuition fee for unitary school, that is secondary school being run by federal government, is high. So I'm wondering where you are seeing your news that they say government schools should not pay any fee. I don't think I
Should
should
not
not.
pay tuition fee. like the
If you are
higher
not paying
tuition.
tuition fee, no, I don't think that is true. I've not seen that. I don't think that is.
That was the message from federal government. Although the schools,
Is this something you have a good authority, you have classified information, or is it something that is already in the media space? I have not seen it.
all right, but it's already in the media space, sha.
No, I have not seen it. Where did you read it? Is it Punch? Is it this day? Is it the Sun? Is it Guardian? Is it the Nation? I have not seen it.
All right, anyhow, sha, but I saw it online.
So online, is it social media?
Yeah, social media,
No, you can't rely on social media.
but we can rely on Punch newspaper.
Yes, because
But
you have
also on social
credibility.
media.
You are getting it wrong.
All right.
Let me tell you the difference. Punch have their legal department and they look into legal implication of anything they publish. The same thing applicable to any major national daily. So there's a big difference between social media and all the major newspapers in the country.
All right, so thank you for that. I will adjust to that. Okay. ECOWAS military chief to meet in Ghana aimed Niger Republic arrest.
I understand that the coup plotters, the coupists, have been adamant. It seems as if they want to stay put, and I do not pray for war because we are going to end up having monumental damage of life and property in the chair. Whether we like it or not, if ECOWAS go there, they are going to dislodge those military junters. But it will not come without a fight on their own side. So at the end, you are going to have colossal damage of life and property. And that is not in the interest of ECOWAS itself. That is not in the best interest of the sub-region. I think there should be a way ECOWAS should explore further negotiation, diplomacy to resolve it. Because for me, life is sacrosanct. We should not be wasting it.
Okay, lastly, sir. Naira free flow. Naira continue to fall. Workers, pensioners have been pushed to extreme poverty. We keep saying this. How can the CBN bring back our Naira value?
The CBN,
Yes.
it is simple. All the money you are freeing from subsidy removal, quickly push it into production to galvanize our GDP. By the time we start producing in upfront and start exporting and earning foreign exchange, you crash dollar. That is how to go. Not the current situation where government is borrowing a 3 billion US dollar from a foreign bank in Egypt to crash dollar. That is exposing our country to more volatility. So the best way to go is diversify the money you are getting into from saving, the money you are getting from subsidy removal, push it into production, push it into agriculture, use it to diversify the economy, produce massively, export to earn foreign exchange, and you crash dollar.
All right, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you for your time, sir. So that's all from him. They will be going forward to talk to somebody else. So good morning, Mr. Ralph.
Yeah, good morning.
It's a pleasure having you here today.
Thank you so much.
Your face is very cool this morning.
Yes, because the atmosphere here is always, blissful because we disseminate information so vital to the members of Nigeria in diaspora, America, Europe, Asia, all over the continent. And it gives me joy because I do that as a hobby and during my leisure time.
All right, sir. Thank you, sir. Firstly, sir, Tinubu ministerial list has been approved, so he has appointed all his man yesterday. He appoints Wike, Umahi, Kayemo, etc. But the one that catches our attention is the Minister for Sports,
The first for sports is
John Eno.
John Enoch.
Yes, John Eno.
Not Jeje Okocha.
Not JJ Okocha, John Eno. So
There was rumor that he gave it to Jeje Okocha
no.
last week.
No. So this Minister for Sports is somebody that don't even know anything about sports. His main work His experience is only on political career and a farmer, a thorough farmer. So why do you think at this age Nigeria should continue doing this mistake,
Mistakes.
awarding a seat, a position for people that
I
doesn't
don't have
merit it?
experience or know anything about that. You know, Ministry of Sports, I was thinking I gave it to JJ Okocha and I applauded him in the past. But today it has been perfected. I mean, the news has come to perfection that it was not JJ Okocha's. So let me tell you, this is a mistake that we have been making in Nigeria for many years now. Since inception of Nigeria in 1960, we have been given positions based on sentiment, based on favoritism, ethnicism, and the likes. See, let me tell you, you are giving Ministry of Sports to somebody that has no foreknowledge of that. And we have our many sports heroes in the past that are still alive. You know, it's a very dangerous mistake. We said in our national anthem that the works of our heroes past shall never be in the vain. It doesn't mean those that are dead. Heroes past, in the past, hero Choma Jungwa, Sunday Abada, Adenike twins. I listen, heroes in the past, someone like JJ retired, Kanu retired, Martins, what's that Martin guy? Obafemi Martins retired. Are you listening to me? These are the past people. You're supposed to feed them up in the important positions where they have the prowess to manage that ministry and come out with good results. The position he gave to, do you call him Elemu or Eledu? What's the name of the Minister of Sports?
John Eno.
John Eno has no foreknowledge of sports. So he has never handled any position in the past in the sports ministry, let alone representing Nigeria in any sportive events in the past and the presently. So giving him that position, if you ask me, it is still based on favoritism, nepotism, ethnicism, and you know, Imam Madu. We call it Imam Madu in Igbo language. So he gave him that position, John Eno, based on Imam Madu. That is what the leaders of Africa has lacked all over the years. And Tinubu is the worst. Tinubu is the worst. He's going to be the worst president Nigeria has ever had. Tinubu is not going to last there 6 months, but we are going to feel very, very bad impacts of his devilish, satanic, nepotic government. Let me tell you, why should you give a position to somebody that does not know anything in that position? See, the leaders in Africa, especially Nigeria, Nigerian leaders are empty-headed leaders, empty skulls. They don't have anything in their skulls. They are clueless. Anything concerning leadership. They are clueless. They don't have any experience. They don't show any expertise. And let me tell you, they don't know what it takes to be a charismatic leader. Like Obama, like Mandela, like the like of even Robert Mugabe. Robert Mugabe managed Zimbabwe from 1981 down to 2020, I think, or 2021, when he died. He managed the country. Like somebody like Muammar Gaddafi. Muammar Gaddafi coming as a colonel in 1969. That's something years of managing Libya, and Libya was the number one among European countries. African leaders don't know anything. Look at Tinubu. Tinubu has come to rubbish himself the more. Tinubu is now the Minister of Petroleum in Nigeria. He has not removed his head from the president's office of the presidency, which of course you know is the biggest. Even the four arms of government, the office of the presidency is the biggest. And the Tinubu has not finished managing the office of the presidency. He added another portfolio to himself, Ministry of Petroleum. See, these people are smart thieves. They are rubbish thieves. Their generations of their offsprings, they are going to suffer the evil these people has caused Africa. African leaders aligning with EU, European Union, to suck us, so suck Africa dry, making our solid minerals, our crude oils, even our human resources. They still collect money after such persons are signed to go to an assignment in Europe for a particular project to favor Nigeria. After doing that job in Japan, China, or even UK, the whole money they realize they go into private purses. You see, let me tell you, it is so annoying, it is highly provocative that in this IT stage, Nigeria is still going down drain because of tribalism because of mediocrity, because of hatred, because of what I term nepotocracy.
Alright, sir. Going forward, sir. The naira free fall. The naira continues to fall. Workers, pensioners have been pushed to extreme poverty. How can the CBN value and bring value to our naira?
Thank you. Again, the same topic we treated before this question is the issue. If you want to give appointment, political appointment, elective, even elected position, that one is left for the public. When you are electing somebody to an office or any public agency or government agency, you should look at the person and know who he is. If it is somebody that can manage that constituency well, you do what? You elect him democratically. If it's not somebody that cannot manage that position that in that constituency, you what? You turn your back on him and pick the better one. So something applicable to ministerial posts, both political and individual. Because if you say I like this man, let me make him. I want to give him Minister of Finance. Make sure he is good on that field. That people will not say this appointment is based on what sentiment and what favoritism. So that is what is going on. Who is the Minister of Finance in Nigeria today? We don't know. Who is the man in charge of the forex? We don't know. Who is the man? Who are the constituents of the technical committee, economic technical committee, the people that are masterminders, master class on economy? Who are they? We don't know them. We have people like Patu Tomi. We have the likes of many of them. Adechino, the one that managed African Development Bank. When this election was at its most during permutation, I was fingering that man as one of the persons that we consulted on the economic technical committee or team of this country. But today, where is Adechino? Adechino is nowhere to be found because he's not a thief. Has he been is a thief, a smart thief, somebody that can steal public fund? They would have made him the Minister of Finance. He would have carried the technical crew of our economy, the team, economic team or committee that will be at least making sure that Nigeria economy is stable. But because Adechino is not a thief, he put him aside. He sidelined him. We are not seeing Adechino, the manager, the CEO of African Development Bank for years, and African Development Bank become number one. He did well. Adechino did well. Where is him? We needed people. We needed people like Alade Sarah Alade, the former CBN governor during Jonathan regime. When this man was, maybe sacked or sent on compulsory, or you call it indefinite leave. I mean Sanusi, the woman that replaced him, Sarah Alade. Where is she? Is she dead? This woman is still alive. But we feel people in various government positions that are quacks, mediocres, nonchalant, impostors, hypocrites, people that pretend and shout that they know particular position when they don't know it yet. So where are these good people? You are choosing useless mediocres. You are choosing incompetent dullards, incompetent dons, illiterates, pre-literate people. You feel all of them in the position of government, and you are thinking that Nigeria economy will grow. Mr. Man, let me tell you, I have to pause here so that later, maybe tomorrow, we shall continue this business again.
All right, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you for your time, sir. So, good morning, sir. Welcome today, sir.
Great.
It's a pleasure having you here. So, sir, the president ruled out his ministers yesterday, and we have Kayemo, Umahi, and Wike, to say the least. And again, the one that catches my own personal attention is the Minister for Sport, which is John Enoy.
John
Enoy for the Minister for Sport Development.
He's not that lady.
No, this one is a man.
Okay, man.
Yes.
So what catches you? What do you think about that guy?
I don't think he's competent.
Do you know him before?
I read his profile. He has no knowledge about sports?
You don't, you see, the managerial skills, right? You don't need to have any. You can at least having knowledge is an added advantage. But what you need is your skill that can make you to turn around any issues that come to your table. It's just okay. Did Obama did he read political science? Obama that governed America the other time. Did he read the article read political science that is lobbying to be president now? Did Obi read political science? So it's just like instinct and competency. We need competence. If you are competent in your sector, you can be competent in all sectors. Because what you need to do is get to that ministry, give me all the what's it called, master plan of that institution. Let us see how it's being run. Give me the breakdown of your documentary, with the file. Let us see. You can go through it, and so it does not mean once you have a competent hand, you can put a competent hand in a competent position, and it will deliver for you.
So I know you should have seen all the 48 ministers enlisted.
I didn't go through all, but I saw some.
Do you think with them the president will hit the ground running the way he proposed?
Yeah, that's the question. That's the question being asked by one of the channels there. And I said, yes. Because those guys, the technocrats among them, will put the politician among them on their toes. You get what I'm saying? When the technocrats are saying the lacuna the politicians are creating, they will cry out. And that happens under Akinwumi Adesina, that he was traveling from one state to another, and he was airborne. He looked down, he saw that the states that he was passing through was in total blackout. He has to call the minister for what's it called, energy, then minister for energy, that's what they call them, energy, yeah, that's electricity. That he called the guy and said, so place, so we don't know what is going on. I passed through there now, it was totally blackout, and the guy swing into the action to fix up those things. So that's the kind of investigative ministerial appointments we want. That if I see something wrong in another man ministry, I will be able to call his attention, because to all of them have to work hand in hand together, because in divided they fall, in united they stand, for good infrastructure to be, for good services, let me just say, for good services to be rendered to we citizens that are looking up to them.
All right, so thank you for that. So you're telling us now that the citizen should come, that these people get our back.
And citizens should be the watchdog, likewise, of those ministers. Anyone that is going astray, let us cry out. If we are going to mob him, go to his office and mob him. I think we'll do that, so that we tell him, Mr. Man, the position they put you on, you are not performing, so resign. So there's no time to play. There's no time for any play now, because the country needs seriousness as we talk about.
All right, sir. Thank you for that.
Yeah, it's a question.
The naira continues to fall. Workers, pensioners has been pushed to extreme poverty in recent time. How do you think the CBN can give value to our naira again?
Okay, that what they say, continue to fall. That remember means of London Bridge is falling down. So our naira is falling down. I mean, it's just slipping, falling up, down. So to me, you see, in a country that is not productive like Nigeria, there is nothing you can do to stabilize your naira, because the extent of your productivity will boost the value of your currency. Where are we today? Ordinary with refinery we cannot fix. That will have been generating money for us. We cannot fix the foreign refinery. So how do you want your naira to be stabilized? How do you want your naira to be strong? I don't know. We are just childish. We are chiding ourselves in this country. It's a childish game. We are
CBN said they are taking measure to get it back, but the measure, they are yet to say it out. Do you think this is part of, maybe the refinery is part of it, to rebuild it to bring him on.
Yeah, that's rebuild. When you're talking of rebuild, is to renovate, to turn around. That's the name they attach to it. That name, turnaround maintenance. That is the corruption part they give to our refinery, and that turnaround has turned to turnaround of corruptions among them. So I think this government, the incoming government, the new government now want to detach from that attitude now. So, but we need to hear from them. When will the refinery, the four of them, even if it is two they can fix, when will be the two? When will the two be in production? When will they start producing oil for us so that we will forget about this hardship will reduce? Because as it is now, you don't fix refinery, you don't fix electricity. I mean, the problem just starts. Right? If you don't fix those two things, man, we still be continue to swallow in economy, the economic backlash we are having now. If you don't fix electricity, you don't fix refinery. Those are the two major infrastructure that ties along the existence of a common man in this country. If you don't get that fixed, I mean, the problem just starts. The trouble continues.
I think the petrol, the fuel is part of it. And the common man have to move from one place to another.
Yeah.
So with that, I think that will ease.
Everything works hand in hand. The two works hand in hand. You talk of petrol, you talk of electricity. Those are the two things. Because if there's light, right, there will be production. The companies will not be spending extra money to buy diesel to fuel the factory. And if there's what's it called? There's fuel, transport fare will come down. The shipment of the goods, agricultural goods, from one state to another the price will be more. It will reduce. I mean, it will be ease. There will be ease of transportation. So to me, generally, those are the two cardinal factors they need to take care of. Once they do the refinery and they fix up the energy system, that's electricity, we're good to go to be a performing nation or to be a working nation. But now we are a sleeping nation.
All right, sir. Thank you for that. The IGP continue to say this every day, every time, but no action. He said we must restore sanity on our highways.
Yeah, sanity or what aspect on security or
security, on bandits on our highways, kidnapping human, killing them, stuff like that.
Stabilize the government, make the people engage the people. An idle man is a devil worship. Once you don't empower these people, get them a job. At least if you get them a job and they now leave their job to go and start stealing and start blocking highway, you know that these ones, they are born criminal, and you know how you treat them. But an hungry man is an angry man, right? People are hungry. When you wake up, you have no means of surviving. You have no means where the 1 square meter comes from. What will you turn to? You turn to radical, not even radical. You turn to, a bandit, or what's it called? Terrorizing people. It's not only bandits, Fulani bandits, that there are a lot of bandits on the streets that they terrorizing people due to frustration. You get what I'm saying? So a lot of things are happening to the masses that is not supposed to be. Because I think you have taken care of these masses, you will not be able to know the lazy one that does not, want to work, and the working one. So you separate them from each other. The lazy one, you put them to use, to usefulness. So as it is now, there's no work, there's nothing for them to use. So how do you expect the country to be okay?
Okay, lastly, sir. Earlier this Niger, whatever, the president blocked and stopped the electricity transfer or switch to their nation. So now the Niger junta demands the ECOWAS to please restore their electricity.
They are pleading, or they are commanding. Are they pleading? Do they put that please, or they are commanding?
They just want the demand restoration.
Hello?
I don't think they had
Who pass you?
let me just say, who pass you, pass you. Let me. That's my last word there.
Okay, he said, "Who pass you." So the ECOWAS, the Niger have to bow down for the ECOWAS. Else, the restoration of electricity will not be done to your country. So thanks for that. See you tomorrow.